Welcome to this week's edition of The Gun Doctor. Here at The Gun Doctor, along with all our listeners, we cherish our Second Amendment rights. But this election cycle has placed our rights at jeopardy. The two Democrat candidates for president and vice president have clearly staked out their opposition to our Second Amendment rights and have called for more gun control and restrictions. This would surely prompt more lawsuits, but indications are, if elected, they would pack the Supreme Court, appointing more liberal justices, which would surely uphold their anti-gun views. There's a video of Joe Biden telling people they don't need an AR-15. He says get a double-barrel shotgun, and if they have an intruder, just go out on the back deck and fire off a blast in the air. Recently, he said police should just shoot someone in the leg if they are armed with a knife. Our listeners know just how ridiculous those statements are and outright dangerous. The point should also be made that the vast majority of police agencies banned warning shots decades ago. Back in March, Biden got into a heated exchange over gun rights with a factory worker at an auto plant in Detroit. As Biden was making his way through a crowd of workers at the plant, one person stopped him and accused him of actively trying to end our Second Amendment right and take away our guns. Biden told the worker that he wasn't accurately describing his stance on gun control, calling him full of, well, you know. Biden's own website says that he has taken on the NRA, wants to ban assault weapons, whatever those are, and high-capacity magazines. He also supports buyback programs and legislation restricting the number of firearms an individual may purchase per month to just one. His vice presidential running mate not only shares his views, but has been rated as the most liberal senator in the United States Senate. Some have called the 2020 Democratic ticket the most anti-Second Amendment in history. Meanwhile, in Michigan's Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, announced the state will prohibit the open carry of guns at polling places, clerks' offices, and places absentee ballots are counted on Election Day, drawing criticism from Second Amendment advocates. Open carry is now prohibited within 100 feet of a polling location and beyond 100 feet if a gun carrier is intimidating or impeding voters on their way to vote, according to Benson. She also said prohibiting the open carry of firearms in areas where citizens cast their ballots is necessary to ensure every voter is protected. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel backed the decision, saying an armed presence at the polls is inconsistent with our notion of a free democracy. However, the president of Michigan Open Carry, Joey Roberts, said his organization may file a lawsuit because it doesn't believe Benson has the authority to impose the policy and disagrees that going to a polling place with a gun qualifies as voter intimidation. State Representative Tristan Cole called it an in-your-face unconstitutional ban, noting that the areas are not designated as gun-free zones, and said Democrats want to take your guns and your Second Amendment rights away. President Trump declared this the most important election perhaps in history. With constitutional rights at stake, we would have to agree. So get out and vote to protect our freedoms. The Gun Doctor, along with Smoke and Gun Works, are proud defenders of our Second Amendment rights. And you always have the right to stop in and look around. With Christmas less than 2 months away, now's the time to pick out that special gift. Smoke and Gun Works, buy, sell, or trade, and practice on their 5-star nationally rated range. Smoke and Gun Works, 8785 North Baileyville Road, Foreston, Illinois. For The Gun Doctor, I'm Tim Bivens.